While official estimates vary, Bihi says since 2007, more than 50 young men from the community have answered the call for jihad. At least 3 became suicide bombers, and 15, including Bihi's nephew, were killed fighting alongside members of al-Shabaab in Somalia.
One of the earliest indicators was the Shira Ahmed case from Minneapolis. He had been a college student, very well liked, very well regarded, spent most of his life in the Minneapolis area. And in October 2008, he does a suicide bombing on behalf of al-Shabaab, which is the first known case of an American suicide bomber.
We started peeling back the layers, and we found a network of fundraisers, of recruiters, of travel arrangers who had started this pipeline, and it's been going on since.
Yeah, there's one mosque that was leading this charge. That is the mosque called Abu Bakr as-saddique mosque. All the missing, all the indicted, and all those who have been sentenced to jail here, who are in jail now, including the janitor of that mosque, are all from the same mosque, out of 40 mosques around here.
In Minneapolis, it seems that the problem is very localized around the Abu Bakr al-Saddique Mosque. We've seen in court documents in several different cases, particularly the Mohammed Saeed Omar case, the janitor at the mosque who was convicted of supporting terrorism, he was actually doing recruiting inside the mosque. We also know from court documents that al-Shabaab recruiters were calling into the mosque into meetings where they were recruiting over the phone by loudspeaker to groups of young people who had been gathered there by mosque officials.
We need to be upfront. It's not what they say, it's the narrative they use. I grew up and was born Muslim. I continue to be a devout Muslim. The teachings of Islam is not what our children are being taught here now in America. It's the narrative they're using. They might say they're against al-Shabaab, but the teachings they use is radicalized.
Another instance, after the second larger group left and there were concerns raised within the community, the Abu Bakr al-Saddique Mosque in Minneapolis held an open house. And one of the speakers at that open house was one of the mosque youth volunteers, Farah Belletti, talking about how the mosque has helped him and their efforts to de-radicalize. Well, a year and a half later, he ends up doing a suicide bombing on behalf of al-Shabaab in Somalia. So you have one of the mosque youth volunteers speaking at an open house, talking about their de-radicalization program, and then a year and a half later end up doing a suicide bombing, which raises all kinds of questions of what exactly is happening inside the mosque.